G'day guys, no time for stuff around, just got myself a drink and thought I'd update you fellas with what's happening. There's the shock absorber, that's repaired, clevis is all sorted out, it's as good as new, so that's cool. Like I say, the shock's straight, so that's fine. Where's our suspension arm gone? Oh, there it is. So that's got some paint on that, that's ready to go back in the car. It's looking actually beautiful, like a brand new one, strange that. Talked about the hub. The hub's good, it's not making any noise and it's running true. Little cross on the rotor here, and there's an H and there's an L, and smart people who've done this sort of thing before, they know what this is all about. So I didn't realise, but we'd had an impact onto the back. I'm not worried about that little impact. I'll have a look and make sure there's no cracks there. I can't see anything, and the rotor is actually still true. We've run a straight edge across that. That's okay. Our problem is, you gotta watch your fingers with that sort of thing, eh? Our poor little custom made rotor hat that was made by good chaps at Zanoli for us is actually slightly bent, slightly distorted. So I'm assuming it was the suspension arm, because we all saw the rod end was busted out of it, right? Here's the spud, so that was gone, so that left a suspension arm exposed. It's around somewhere. Where's that? There it is. That was exposed, and I'm thinking into the back of there, bang, crash. And because our rotor is quite strong, our Z1 Motorsports rotor, still running nice and true and strong, and our hub was stronger than the aluminium hat. The hat's quite flat, as you can see. That's my design, not a fault of Zanoli or anything like that, but it's just the way it is. That's the weakest link, so she's bent, and although you probably can't see it just running it around like that, let's see if I can do this with one hand. Not advised, not advisable rather. Oh, we'll get away with it. Look at this. Let's clock that up there, give it some there we go. We might as well just stick it on the 0 and carefully run that around. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear, it's not very good at all. Oh my goodness. So, just rang Leon at Zanoli's going to have a look and see if he's still got the file. We might be able to smash up another one of those. That's the best way of sorting this, I think, is just make a new hat, then it's done, you know. I think failing that, if maybe it's too expensive, I don't have a lot of coin at the moment, and a lot of repairs going on the car, so it's chewed up bank account. If it's too expensive, or he hasn't got the drawing, or it's going to be too hard, he hasn't got time, or hasn't got material, if there's anything that goes wrong and it's too tricky to do it, I'll clock that up on the lathe and I'll give it a skim just on the mounting face for the rotor to get it running true. You can do it the other ways. Anyway, I might go bolt this stuff onto the car. Shock absorber and the knuckle can go back on. I've got the spare hub to stick in the vise here and check the rotor hat. I'll stop talking, have a drink, get on with it. Like I say, that bell was not running true, so I've just put it in the lathe anyway, clocked it up. I might as well do that. At least it'll go back on the car correct, straight, and then if we can organise a new one through Leon at Zanoli, we'll do that, replace it. Possibly not with full Leadfoot. It's not something that's going to be an issue there if I'm just giving it a skim. So there you go, for those that are into this sort of thing. I've put the DTI on that, clocked it up in the centre here as best as possible. Found that it was running, definitely started distorting about here somewhere and running out of true. So, and then I've clocked that face, or skimmed that face, trued it up, and then started working on the area where the rotor contacts, and you can see quite clearly we've got good contact here. We've cleaned all that off, and then around this side here, that one and that one, not so much, and that one, so it was, yeah, distorted. And you can put the DTI mounted on here and you can clock it up on this side, and you can see that it's definitely done the same thing, you know. It's pushed all these out that way. We're not talking much, we're talking little wee tiny bit, but if it's on your brake rotor and it's going like this, it's pushing your pads away. Next time you stand on the brake pedal, there's no brakes because you've got to take up all that slack again. So we don't want that. That's nasty, horrible, scary in fact. Alright, I'll carry on. That's that done. So that's now going to run 100% true there to there. And that's the bit that goes on the hub, obviously. I better turn old John Bon Jovi off, or I'll get told off for breach of copyright or something, eh? This is what we call a witness mark. I'll try and get the camera to zoom in on that. So you can see there's just a little tiny bit of the original face left there, and I've only removed the absolute bare minimum to make sure that everything else is all clocked up. That's that same one come back around. So that's, yeah, like I say, that's called a witness mark. That lets you know that you've taken off the minimum amount of material possible to get that to run 100% true. So there you go. That's hopefully sorted out. That's now, we can organise getting our new, if they've turned up, hopefully they have, get our new tyres, put on a new wheel, or wheels. Doing a little mod on a BMW race car there. You can see I've made a stainless steel pipe to replace the rear catalytic converters and twin tailpipes. We're just going to single tailpipe, bigger diameter, no cats in there. So that's what the phone call was yesterday, so that's what I've been tinkering with. And then hopefully we'll hear from the man who's got the differential for this Gloria here, and we'll get that into the back of the car. I'm just kind of waiting on that. I have, where are they? Oh yeah, there they are. I have been doing something else on it as well. This is for the seats. So it has been a little bit of progress, so I just haven't been telling you about it. So I need to get those welded into the car and carry on. Raining. Farmers will be loving that. A bit of a drought here in New Zealand at the moment. Unfortunately, no massive fires like Australia had. So, alrighty, done with that. That's running beautifully true now. There is actually a tiny little bit of run out in the hub that I've now measured and confirmed. It did look like it was pretty mint before. It does have a little bit. It's not much. We're dealing with 0.003 or 4 of a millimetre or something like that. And that's right here, out here on the rotor. There's a slight kink in the rotor. It's nothing to be concerned about. And you can't really machine these when they're two-piece like this. You just replace the rotor. So they have to come from z1motorsports.com in America. And I'm not even going to try, because it'll just piss me off. I'll order them and Z1 will send them out straight away within an hour or two. And then our lovely New Zealand courier service will just like lose them, or they'll get stuck in customs or whatever. It's just not even worth trying. It's like, I think it's 9 working days. Just wouldn't happen, you know. But if you didn't need it in a hurry, it would turn up. That's the way it goes. So anyway, we're going to smash all this onto the car now. I'm going to set up those suspension arms as per the length on the other side. Everything was all even before, and we'll see how our wheel alignment turns out. If it's mint, I'll know nothing else is bent. If it's not mint, something else is bent. So the sun is really bright in my eyes. Never mind. Alright, it is actually lunchtime. Might do that, or maybe get this stuff on there first. We'll see. So just quickly, because I'm getting hungry, it is lunchtime. Car's still on tray, I haven't taken it off. Panel's not too bad now. There's a little bit of wrap needs to be repaired, a little bit of finer finishing just to get rid of a few remaining dents. Bearing in mind that panel wasn't actually perfect to start off with, never has been. It was significantly damaged when the car was originally built, which is fine. The car was donated to us for free. Straightened it out, used it. It's been perfect, 100% fit for purpose. So I've trashed it again, and now it's all right for now. All we need is a wheel on here, and that will now drive. It'll get off the trailer, and I can take it inside, and I can make a new one of these, put a new bumper on it, new tail light, fix this wrap, etc, etc. So yeah, there you go. Good progress. I'll give the guys at DTM Wheels a call after lunch, which is now, and we'll see if we've got our wheels here yet. No big deal. Other things to do if they're not. I can go and get some signboard that we've already talked about. Replace that. It was stuffed anyway. That that's bent up there, so if anyone thinks I'm grizzling over that, don't. It's not a big deal. It was stuffed anyway, like I say. So that'll need a bit of panel beading there. That's easy. Same with that. It's easy. Again, that's why I made these things out of aluminium, not carbon fibre. So sweet. Alrighty, I'm done for the day. Well, I was done a while ago actually. I got on with something else, earning some money, but that's looking not bad, all things considered. It hasn't even been off the trailer yet. A little bit of evidence of the debauchery going on there. That corner took a pretty hard hit, and if you get up close you can see I've done a cheeky little, put a patch over the hole in the wrap there. You can see actually that's the original silver paint underneath there. There's bare metal under that, so that'll need tidying up one day. I don't think I'll try and do that before Leadfoot, because that is actually a reasonably large piece of wrap. That's a piece over the top actually, so it comes all the way up to here, goes around, goes under the Aegis oil sign, can be tool and design sign. So it's actually quite a tricky piece to put on, well, for me anyway, and I'd have to get a replacement for that, and I think if I tidy it up a little bit more of a hammer and dolly very quietly, you won't even notice it. Oh, except for the hole that's there. Oh, it's getting better. Look, oh, I nearly fixed it already. Anyway, so I took this piece off that was munted and replaced that. That's actually 1.2 this time around instead of 1.6. Reason being is I didn't have any 1.6, and that'll make it lighter, so it'll go faster. Yeah, no. Actually appears to be sitting pretty true for just using the measurement for the lower arm. If you can see that, the light might not be too great. Just set that same as what the other side is and chucked it in, and we appear to have reasonable caster and camber, so that's alright. We haven't done too much damage, hopefully. I still have to repair the diffuser on the back here. I just stood on that to make it a little bit straighter. Might need a little wee bit of a weld down there, but that'll all straighten out and that'll be okay. And we've got to put a new tail light on. I'll go and have a chat with the boys at Nissan King, get a new tail light. That shouldn't be a problem. I think that's my little daughter calling me, so I better get on with this and get inside. And the front corner, fix the front corner, and then the rest of it is going to be just what the standard Leadfoot prep would have been. So passenger seat will come out. We don't need 18 or 20 kgs of passenger seat going up and down the hill. The harnesses that can come out, it gives us access to, oh, it is locked, gives us access to the computer and the relays and everything under there, so that'll make that easier. And check everything that's in here. So there's a bit of oil on the bottom of the diffuser down there from the, this is locked actually, oh, I can't even get in there, from the left hand axle CV joint, pulled out when this all came away, come out here, yanked it out of the diff about half an inch, spilled a little bit of oil, but other than that everything looks good. Alright, like, share, subscribe. I'll carry on with this tomorrow. I promise you I'll go and get some more board for the front. I keep talking about the front. I'll get some more signboard for that. We'll do that. I'll take the rear end off. We'll get that done. Hopefully we've got our wheel. It's the courier's holding us up there. Put our wheel and tyre back on it. Do a wheel alignment. Make sure everything's straight.